Well, let's jump right into this interview, man. I'd like to appreciate you and acknowledge you for being a part of what I hope to be a series of videos that we can showcase our student body here at Ubiquity. And so, welcome and thank you for joining the inauguration of being the first student for our student showcase. Just to let some of our audience members know, there is some internet reception issues, but we're going to work through them as much as we can, and we'll have a fantastic interview. For those who don't know, this is one of our key students,
It's
Mr. Zara Keys. I'm going to ask him to introduce himself and to talk about himself, but with a unique twist on my question. Hopefully, you have the questions. If not, I'll go over them with you anyway. Okay, so,
I do have.
okay, perfect. So, name three songs that describes the soundtrack of your life and why. Three songs that describes
Okay,
the soundtrack of your life.
okay. Right now, I can think about a lot of songs, but then I'll let you know of the three or maybe four even that kind of stand out for me right now at this moment in my life. The first song is by Ti, No Matter What. There's this part in one of the verses in the song. He said, "When life throw punches, block and counter like a boxer do." So life has been throwing a lot of punches at me, and somehow I've gotten back up. So I hope one day I'll give life a punch in the jaw so that it gives me a break to be able to live how I would want to live my life. But at the moment, I'll get back up no matter what. So that is one song. The second song is by Aerosmith. I don't want to miss a thing.
Mm.
It's a love song, but then I kind of interpreted it into my own life. Um, I don't want to just exist. I want to feel everything in my life. Everything I want to do, I don't want to miss. I don't want at the end of my life and I have any regrets that, oh, I didn't get to do this. I didn't get to do that. I I didn't feel this emotion, or I didn't feel this journey. I kind of found shortcuts to get places quicker, not immersing myself in the journey of my life. So because I believe that somehow my life is a story that might inspire somebody who will be on a tough journey later in life, and then when they hear my own story and how I've been able to move slow but steady and gradually to where I would eventually get to in the future. So I believe I don't want to miss anything in my life. I want to enjoy the journey. I want to enjoy the moment. I want to enjoy the lack. I want to enjoy the abundance. But everything I want to feel. I want to feel it all, just so that I become a better person, not just for me, but then for my family and then people that I will get to interact with in the future. So that is the second song. And then the third song is a hymn. It is well with my soul. When peace like a river attendeth my way, when sorrows like sea billows roll, whatever my Lord thou hast promised, uh, how is it? That it is well with my soul. So with all that, with all that is happening right now, with all that is going on, I just know somehow, even though there are doubts here and there, I just know that it is well with my soul. I just know that it is everything is in God's hand. And then I realized something that I'll use the Bible because it's my reference point. If you don't mind,
Sure.
there's a place in the Bible that says 1,000 years like a day in God's eye. So, and then the same Bible, there's a place that says that if you're lucky, you live 80 years, 100 years maybe, right?
Mm.
So 1,000 years is just like a day in God's eyes. So if I'm lucky enough to live to be 100, that is 10% of God's day. That's like 2.4 hours in God's time.
Mm.
So, and if in Jeremiah 29:11 it says that I know the plans I have for you, plans to give you a hope and a future, right? So these are the things that I hold on to. And I'm comforted with the fact knowing that it is well with my soul, regardless of what is happening. I will get back up no matter what. So life may throw punches, but then I'll take them, and then I'll throw punches back, and then one day it will give me a break. Life will give me a break to be able to do the things I want to do because there's a lot of things that I want to upload here before I go. I want to leave this earth empty-handed. not because something there's a song that says, "Will I go on empty-handed?" I want to go on empty-handed because God has given me a lot of things not to take back and say, "Okay, I couldn't finish everything." I want to be able to upload everything right here and then go back empty-handed, and then I'll, hopefully I get a pat at the back and say, "Yes, I'm happy with you didn't come back with anything I gave you to take with you." So, and then there's another song I tried to write down, Airplanes by B.O.B. and um, Eminem. It's the remix, Airplanes. Uh, how is the song? I can really use a wish right now, wish right now, wish right now. You know the song. I've forgotten the tune, but then
I think I'm familiar with the tune.
um,
I can't recall it at the moment, but move.
yes, you should be familiar with it. So I can't. I was listening to the song today, and then I was just outside, just sitting down, just watching the cars pass by, and then the stars, and then you see planes passing. I'll be like, man, if only I can. If it's true that I can make a wish with this, maybe I won't be in this space that I am. But I'm grateful for the space that I am now. I'm grateful for for just the journey itself. It's not easy, but I'm grateful for it. So these are the songs right now. I can think of a whole other song, a lot of
I'm
songs
sure.
that I can say a thing or two about. But then for now, these are the songs. Ti, no matter what, there's this song, this hymn, it is well with my soul. B.O.B. and Eminem, Airplanes, and Aerosmith. I don't want to miss a thing.
All right, excellent, man. Well, I figured that the question would prompt some flow in terms of how you and just how to relate to where you are right now, and music being such an intricate part of our lives in particular, but your life as a musician, I think, is very profound to ask the question because I know how the music really influences how we show up in life. And so, just a tidbit, you may already know this. When you talk about songs like It Is Well With My Soul, if you haven't already gone back and do a little research behind the person who wrote the song, you would you would appreciate the lyrics probably a little bit deeper because you see the trials and
So
uh, the traumas and the tribulations that he went through, and to emerge
true,
certain lyrics to be able to share those, you know that it comes from a very
true.
sacred place. So I'm
It
off
is
with
true.
that. But this is not about me. I'm going to throw this next question to you, man. So who is the real Zara Keys?
Before that, I'll send you a song I wrote in 2011, and it was at a space I was in at that moment, and then I'll hear your feedback after when I send it to you. So your
Okay.
next question is who's the Zara Keys, right?
Who's the real Zara, man? Tell us in 3 words.
Ah,
You tell us who's the real Zara.
okay. The three things that describes the real Zara Keys. Right now, I said I'm tough, I'm soft, and I'm like water. I I make use of the best. I make the best use of the opportunities before me. I'm not rigid. I try to make things work the way I get them because life deals us a unique hand, each and every one of us. So regardless of what hand I'm dealt, I've, I've learned to handle that situation the way it comes for me. There's this book, The 48 Laws of Power. I had the book once and then I borrowed somebody, but then I can't remember who, so I had to buy it again. It's a powerful book that, that, that teaches you how to handle situations and how to handle people and how to just succeed in life, basically by being diplomatic. So for me, uh, being like water is just whatever, making the best use of every situation I have, every every um, uh, every every situation I find myself in is to make it work, to find myself, to fit myself into it, to make it work for me to my advantage. So that is who the reserve is.
All right, awesome, man. Well, tell us a bit. How did you find Ubiquity? Tell us a little bit about your journey and your story arriving to Ubiquity University.
Of course. Okay. I'm an associate member of the Association of Business Executives in the UK. So you attend their courses via proxy at other universities. So I got admitted into this school, this School of Information Technology, Management, IT, and Professional Studies. It's called SITMAP Ghana. So I was in the professional course, marketing course through that school in Ghana. So I graduated there in 2012. I went there for about 2 years. So I took my transcripts to Cyprus where I got admission then because funny enough, I didn't get admission in Nigeria to a university. So when the opportunity came for me to go to Cyprus, I took my transcript with me and then went to the school and then I presented my transcript to them and then but then somehow they didn't want to take my transcript. They wanted me to start afresh again. And I told myself I'd come a long way, put in a lot of work to get my certification, and then they want me to start afresh again. It's a waste of money because I was considering my parents have paid a lot of money for me to, and then it seems like it's a waste. I told myself that I won't start afresh again, and then they were like they won't refund my money for me, so I just did one semester with them, and then I dropped out. So I I contacted Association of Business Executives UK. I was like, okay, can you send this school a letter certifying that I schooled with you guys and my certificates are real and all that? But they did, but then the school still did not. So I made up my mind. I was like, I don't know how I'm going to go from here, but then I just know that I'm not starting afresh. So I did some on ADE website, that's Association of Business Executives website. There is the list of schools that you can transfer to. So one of the schools I got there was Ashworth College. So I checked it out and then made inquiries and then I realized that okay the school is legit. So I enrolled, but then they told me I had to send my transcripts to I think it's west.org. It's some certification evaluation company like that in the US that evaluates your transcripts and then gives you credit in the US based on how you guys uh, accredited your courses and all that. So I enrolled with them, I think in 2015 or 2014, I can't remember exactly. So I started schooling with them. So when I started, I was working, and then in Cyprus, then it was tough getting an all year round job, especially if you don't know the language and all that. So work was very hard to come by for me, like especially during winter and all that. So it was only summers that I had to work. So when I could work, I what I could say like I paid some of the school fees. I was paying in part payment, and then I was going very gradually. But then I decided I would just speed up my schooling, and then so that I can when I'm done I can just focus on just paying off my tuition. So it got to a point that I couldn't keep up the payment because of money and all that. So I decided I had to I was forced to like kind of drop out. Although I have my portal is still open when I cleared all the monies I'm supposed to clear with them. I have one exam and then one assignment left to get the bachelor's degree from Ashworth College. It's in Norcross, Georgia. So time was just going by. Some of my friends that I started, we started in Cyprus together. We're just moving, we're just moving ahead, and man, I just felt really stuck in my life at that moment. So and when I could work at that time because I was trying to support my business. I have a farm in Nigeria. I have a poultry farm and I have some animals. So the money, little money I could have, I had to support the business. And then there was a recession in Nigeria. The value of the naira dropped drastically. So everything was just in a mess for me. So during that time, around 2016 or so, what I could save in a month was very little. After I paid my rent, after I bought some food stuff and supported the business, what I could save was very little. So, and it was not big enough for me to do anything significant for me. And then my state is one of the states that's been affected by the menace of Boko Haram. And then there are many internally displaced people that have left their states and then are staying in Party State, my state, where they found refuge there. So when I do get time to work in one of these hotels, Noah's Ark Hotel, we as waiters you have access to a lot of pen and all that. So I'd stock up with a lot of pen, and so I decided, man, okay, if the only thing I could say is just some few bucks, maybe $30 in a month after I've done all the things I needed to sort out. And then I have all these pens. I was like, man, okay, let me do something to 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 help somebody out, however I can. So the remaining money I had, I at times I'll just buy a dozen books or 2 dozen of books, and then I'll just send the money to my mom. I was like, okay, I want you to do this for me. Especially when, okay, there are times I find someone going back to Nigeria from Cyprus. I was like, okay, I just pack some of the things I could pack, like some few books, and then pack with a pen, maybe some 20, 30, 40 pen, and then send it to Nigeria. I was like, okay, take when you reach home, my mom will contact you and then you meet her. So I told my mom, okay, when you can, with this little money I'm sending you, buy some books, like a dozen of notebooks or something, or 2 dozen, however that money will be able to, and then take to the refugee camp. So that some of the children that want to school that don't have access to that, and then there are volunteer teachers in those camps. I was like, okay, just so that I hope it helps them in some way if it's possible. So I did that for a few months. Whenever I could, I did that. So as I did that, I just told myself, like, God, I really want to school, but then I don't have the means now. If there's any way you can do to help me out, I really appreciate it. But then this what I have that's left of me, but then this is what I've done with it. Please just help me out because I really want to school. I really want to get on to finish my degree, do my masters and all that. So whenever my mom would take those books or whatever she got for the pen and all that, some of the parents of the children will say, tell your son that may God bless him. And then those desires of his heart, may God meet those desires of his heart. So somehow I was going through ABE website again, and then I saw Ubiquity University. I was like, I've not seen that on Ubiquity on ABE website before, and I've checked a lot of schools in the US. So I contacted AB. I was like, man, I saw this new school, Ubiquity University, on your website. Can you confirm that the school is legit for me? And then they were like, of course it's legit. That's why we're partnering with them. So I was like, okay. And that's when I contacted. I submitted like the form you guys had online that time, and then that's when you reached out to me. And then when we talked, I told you how everything was at that moment, and then that was how I got to enroll at Ubiquity University. It was a long journey. It was a lot of prayers, and I don't know how, but then I guess God just answered uh, my prayers, and about 2 years plus now, I'm an active student at Ubiquity University. So that was how I got to Ubiquity University.